Hello, and welcome to the last video you need to be able to absolutely crush all the competition around you inside your small business. I am so confident that what we talk about in this video is going to help you, that I'm willing to bet if you apply the things within 90 days of what we talk about in this one free video here, you got to watch the whole thing though, or it won't make sense. You can't take this in parts. Don't skim through. You can watch it in a little faster speed if you must, but seriously lock in here because we are going to go over exactly what you need to pretty much guarantee you're able to compete with anybody in your city. I don't care, big, small, little, whatever, and guarantee that your business has better results, gets better client feedback or customer feedback, and ultimately works. And again, just like the works of Neville Goddard, I encourage you, instead of giving you a bunch of testimonials, which you could argue about are real or not, I'm just going to show you it. You apply it and then get the result, and we'll talk about it. So we're going to have a not Picasso version of this explanation here. There's going to be lots of drawing, lots of squiggling. I encourage you to maybe follow along with the notebook and maybe pause the video at times when you have insights, write things down, and really treat this as if you had paid me to hear these kind of concepts and understand what we're going to talk about. So let's get right into this thing. We have you over here inside your small business, right? Small biz. Okay. Now, no matter what industry or field or anything that you are doing, whether you're selling sombreros or pianos or you have a restaurant, or maybe you are a consultant or a coach or a service-based business like myself, and you're seeing or you're going to other places, whatever, right? All of these things have one goal, which is to make some money for you and your company and to provide impact for your family and the people that work for you and all the suppliers, right? You're adding to the economy by having this business. Now, part of that said economy is all of these other businesses, some of which sell the exact same thing or service as you. Okay, so we've got to understand all of them. Ooh, get that back here. All of them are selling things though, and they're contributing to this economy we are speaking of here. Again, remember, you got to know that I'm not Picasso, but you guys are getting the point, right? Now, as we said, all of these things are collecting money, and there's only so much money in the particular area or town you have circulating on any given day, any given week, any given month, any year, whatever, right? So say this represents our total spending power of our city, and we got this VAR, right? It's filled up here. Now, what this means is all of us here have to split this revenue in different proportions. We'll cover that shortly. And hopeful that our little streamline of income or whatever little piece of this total pie that we're getting is enough to both sustain, grow, scale our business, our friends and family, right? And here's the thing, that if you are already a business owner or if you've just been looking at businesses in general, do you think that these little splits of money are equal in proportion, size, difficulty to acquire, all the above, right? Probably not. And as you know, okay, some of these people, little mom and pops, maybe that's you watching the video, right? And then some of these people are big baller brands, right? Giant global corporations, right? They're making their line really doesn't look like ours, right? They got where we go, where we do the thickness. Oh, we gotta zoom in, right? Their line is like twice the size, and they're getting most. Now, here's the thing. Why is it that we, the mom and pops, or maybe the small business owner, right over here, are competing? How is it that we can compete with these big guys and the other little guys and make sure that no matter what the economy or no matter what size this bar is, that we are getting ample slices, getting everything we need, abundance, helping out, growing our business, helping out. And this is the craziest reason why it's so important that we do this, right? Let's go ahead and get rid of all this. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, you guys. Not good at that. We'll just go to a new place. We'll go to a new place. Okay. Now, if you guys are watching this and you're laughing at my inability to do two things at once, just know if I can do it, you can do it, right? And so what we have is, let's call business number A over here, business number B, right? I said business number twice. Wow. You guys, seriously, I hope you're laughing at this video and understanding. Again, I try to make it quick to the point. If you are over here in business A and you are doing things the normal way that people do that when they start small businesses, right? And I hope that this next section calls you out a little bit if this is you, right? What we call the normal way would be like only doing word of mouth marketing, right? Basically, starting up your business with your friends and family, doing a few services here and there because you understand that your product is really good and that you can help a lot of people, right? And you're just kind of word of mouthing your way. It's called bootstrapping and getting crafty or getting scrappy and relying on this one singular marketing channel that used to genuinely work back in pre-internet days, right? And it still can work. You can get results. But a lot of problems that come with here, right, is the uncertainty. You have no idea if the things you're doing are actually going to bring back more clientele. A lot of the times you're doing things over here like giving discounts. Right? You're giving out your service at a cheaper rate because you have a limiting belief that is telling you by giving people something for cheaper, you're going to get more customers, or people are going to respect and value your service more because they're getting it for less, which is totally backwards, right? And if you're asking yourself, right, if you go to the store and you're wanting to go buy cereal and maybe you wanted to get the Cocoa Krispies, right? If you go see the Cocoa Rocks or whatever the off-brand version is that, right? If you buy that box, yes, it will fill you up. Yes, you can do word of mouth marketing and you can definitely give out discounts and you can for sure get results, pay your bills, even heck, have a business that does $10,000 to $15,000 a month. However, you're working way hard for no reason. A lot of times you're probably not even, if you're watching this video, you're not getting the result that you want, or you wouldn't even click on stuff like this. I can promise you that, right? And then the last thing that business owners over here, right? They're scared to invest. And this is me, right? I owned a brick and mortar location when I was 23, and I had some guys come in and continuously pitch me on the power of running Google ads and being able to put yourself at the top of the search rate, right? And at that time, I had such a limiting business owner mindset. I was definitely over here in the A category where I had no idea that if you put money in towards marketing, that more people come in, so you make more money, right? Like it makes sense on paper, but I couldn't understand this back then. I had a limited belief system about how to spend capital to make capital. And actually, what we know about how to manifest and how to actually get your dream life is when you are acting as if you don't have things, then you won't. And when you kind of sometimes even, I'm not telling you guys to make irresponsible financial decisions, but sometimes when you jump a little bit, when you take a leap of faith in a financial decision, but it's because you know that that decision is going to ultimately move you closer to your dream life, those are pushing out to the universe that you already have enough money to handle it. Sometimes that lack mindset and that holding back of things when it's for a good purpose will keep you stuck forever, because this is the thing. We don't always do it. We do it while there's stuff up. So this is what everybody almost like, I think I want to say, let's give a nice estimate, but probably more. Let's just say 40% of business owners do this forever, their entire short stint in business. And this is actually why you can rejoice. Because if you've been watching this and you feel all called out and you're like, geez, I really am not doing the things. Here's the best news. Also, most of those competing businesses we talked about are probably doing this same wacky, pray and spray method of running business. It's not going to work. So, in this video, the easiest way to put yourself ahead of 40% of your competition right away, guaranteed, is to just start one, not doing these, and beginning to do some of these action steps that we're about to talk about. And these things that I'm going to share with you will be counterintuitive. Okay, these are things that the other 60% and definitely the 1% of business owners does on a regular basis. I have spent thousands of dollars on trainings. I have gone all over the world to hear millionaires speak, and every time the concepts I'm going to share with you over what you should do starting today as a small business owner will catapult your business, your life, everything forward immediately. Because off of simple math, 40% of your competition will not be doing these things. They have already stopped. We've already encompassed everything they're doing. Because not only what they're doing over here, this is their business tactic, they're also complaining about how hard it is. They're also burnt out. They're also not having family time because they're working 12, 15, 20 hours. And now instead of a 9 to 5, they have a 24/7. And so they're stressed out, right? Maybe their health isn't the best because this business model seemed like it was going to make a bunch of money. And that's the only reason they started the business, because they didn't pick a passion project and they didn't have the personal development, bulletproof mindset that I'm about to install for all of you guys. They didn't have that. They still don't have that. They won't ever have it. And unless they see this video. So hope that your competition doesn't see this video, because then you guys are going after it, right? It's going to be about who's more consistent. But this is what we're going to cover, right? So let's go over some of the more intangible things that truly move the needle. And not everybody will talk about, not everybody will do these things. A lot of you guys will start these things and quit. A lot of you guys may not have a lot of belief in what I'm about to tell you, but it is the truth. It works. This book written by Neville Goddard, this is actually a bunch of books, and it's linked in the description below if you want to count yourself one. But this book alone has seriously changed everything in my business. I have been running and doing all of these things in my business for months and months, and it was getting nowhere. I was doing nothing. And again, I'm in one of the most competitive fields there is. Mindset, personal development, coaching. There's a new coach every second, right? And the way we're able to carve out a 5-figure month each and every month and be able to make the impact that we make right now is through understanding these principles that are inside this book, that are inside this video. So without further ado, let's get it popping, right? So number one is just, I kind of already talked about it, but it's going to be just to read. Right? Jim Rohn says you have to read. You guys need to be reading every day. I would say that sounds like a lot, but the truth is, if you're on your phone, on TikTok, scrolling, then you're already reading. You're reading bullshit, right? You're reading the news. You're reading Facebook right now. If you guys, and as we continue to move through the rest of this year, Facebook and other social media platforms, if you are not careful, will continuously take away the same time that you could use to read a book that would actually change your life. I just told you, my business went from doing very minimal 2 to 3K a month to doing 20K months on the regular from reading, from getting around, and from doing the other things that we're going to talk about, right? So number one is reading. Again, why do I have to read? Because everybody else doesn't, right? That's simple, right? Everything we do over here, they don't do. So by doing them, you're automatically getting ahead, right? Number two is to take care of your health. Right? Now, I'm not saying you have to be perfectly swole. I still have a ways to go on my own journey, but I can say for a fact that every time in my entrepreneurial life, when I was locked in on my nutrition, locked in on my health, locked in on my body, I had more energy. I was able to show up better for all of the work activities. On the flip side of that coin, most people, and this is bigger than the 40%, let's just be honest, even some of the people who are doing some of these things don't do this one. Right? So the health side of things, and again, you guys don't have to start running marathons. If you are severely overweight or you have a long way to go, that's fine. Start walking, start where you can start, and just continue to take action. I am telling you, try this for 90 days. Your business is going to blow up. because you're going to be exuding so much energy, so much confidence, so much power that, again, and also your competition is not doing this, that it's going to be unreasonable that you don't make it and start to crush it and start to take more action than them, because you're going to be in better health, right? Here's another thing. In this one, people do, they don't do, right? But you need to have, I can't stress this enough, a vision board of some sorts. And if you don't have a vision board, you need to have the vision. But for most of us, right, there's a few of you who are like me. You guys are the anime character, MC, superhero guys. You have always known that you were meant for more. You have always known that you were meant to increase your life and increase your spending power, and do things for your family, all the above, right? You knew this. And so you've always had that natural vision. Maybe you don't need this, but having a vision board of exactly who you want to be in 5, 10, 15, 12 months, whatever, right? Having that crystal clear vision. I have not met a single millionaire that has never done one. I want you to just, I pause. I want you to think about this. I've never met a millionaire that didn't do a vision board. See, the thing is, and I want to challenge you guys, if you guys know successful people in your life, go, after we complete this list, go ask them, hey, have you ever done some of these things? Hey, are these things that you value in your life? Is this something that you think is a priority over maybe staying up all night and scrolling and wondering about that? Or maybe watching YouTubers about the fanciest new model for you to do for your business, or get another shiny object syndrome and sell something else, or to completely change your business, or to fire everybody, or to like all these crazy things, when instead you could just read, work on your health, get your vision in check. And these three alone will, without a doubt, like, especially if you guys pick up this Neville Goddard book, you read it and you take it serious, you guys start going and wherever you're at, working on your health and taking it serious, taking it ownership over it, just like you would any other thing in your business. Like, just like you would if a customer takes a product off the shelf, or they handle your service, if you've been there for any amount of time, you wouldn't just walk away, right? You'd make sure you collect the money. You'd go out of your way, even if they give you flack, even if they try to, go around that, even if there's circumstances that come in your way, you would make sure that you could get it. This same mindset can apply to your health, to your vision, to your habit of reading, right? And so now that we have this locked in, bulletproof mindset version of you, highest version of yourself, here's the other thing, right? You're also then going to learn how to meditate. And why? Because the goal of meditation is not to be a monk that sits on a rock and is saying, until you have no hair, right? Or you've reached enlightenment. That's not the goal. The goal is to be able to build up the separation between your emotions and the self, right? And be able to pause and look back and understand when you're in one of these states over here, when you are having those limiting beliefs, when you are having those, the imposter syndrome. Every business owner, no matter how successful or unsuccessful you are probably dealing with the imposter syndrome on some level. How do I know? Because you probably are already a millionaire in skill. You probably are already a 9-figure employee or CEO. I almost said employee, CEO, right? But you just haven't gotten right to the belief set. I think in my book, and in this book, it talks about how when a sculptor goes to make a, piece of art, it's not that they create the rocks, right? They just remove the extra away. They find the thing that was in. They can see that currently in this slab form, in this raw form, who you are is already holding everything you need, and all of the art is inside. We just need to remove the layers. So by meditating, having a vision, working on your health, reading from people who have already achieved the things you want to achieve, you will be naturally removing the extra rock, the extra garbage, the stuff that comes from our past, and the things, our failures and our mindsets, and from social media and from the world, right? All these things. And again, by doing this, you are by far destroying your competition. And even within the B team, right? There's the people who do all this. And then there's the people who, the B plusers, right? They do it and they don't care if there's a result. They do it no matter what. They do it because they now know that they feel better if they do. They don't, they just do it. And they don't look back. You can become one of these people. You would then get to the top 1%. Because in order to be there, you have to be able to beat the other 99. It wouldn't be the 1%, right? That's how the math works, right? And so then let's talk about some practical things, right? Because maybe you came on here and you're like, this dude just told me to do this. But again, you cannot get this if you go out of order. If you just were in the beginning and you just skip to this right now, take your punk self back to the beginning, watch this whole thing, right? But if you have been rocking with us here, then let's talk about some things that'll separate us. Running advertisement. Again, if you guys have limiting beliefs about ads and you think that they're too expensive or that they're too complicated or that it's a waste of money or they don't make any sense or Mark Zuckerberg is whatever, so you don't want to send him money, like 57, I think, don't quote me because this is somebody else's quote that I don't know the study on, so it's kind of one of those trust me bro situations, but 57% of businesses use advertising to get new customers. So why in the heck would you not? I always do this when I have in-person or anybody who signs up to being part of the program for the inner circle side where we help you build out your business as well. Once we have all of this mindset stuff locked in and the fear walls are removed, once we get to there and now you actually believe that you're going to make it. So you're not questioning whether they work. You actually know that these concepts work because you've read about it. You're meditating. So when you have these maybe fears about running advertisement, you're able to pause and understand that this is just part of your vision, right? So it all makes sense. So once you get there, if you're inside the program, we then work on your business, right? And you need to run ads. And here's the thing. Ads are easy. I wrote it big because it's important. And I'll even go ahead the extra mile to underline it. It is easy to run an ad. What is not easy is to do all these other things. And what is not easy is to have a product, service, or restaurant or whatever that is actually worthwhile. See, some of you guys, you think that the problem is you don't have enough customers, but the truth is you had customers, people came in and the product was dog water. People, it was not, they did not have a good time. They didn't have a good experience. So maybe if that's you, you need to backtrack, right? So the way to make sure you're over here, and this is probably, we probably should have wrote this down. Business number 8 is right. Quickest way is to have not only run ads and fix your traffic, but to have a good product or service. Smiley face, right? And you can do this through working on the back end. You can do this through having a mentor or an accountability partner to honestly give you real feedback, not that cookie cutter friends and family feedback, who's going to tell you, even though you worked on the last 12 years on this, even though you just spent 7 hours building some website that you put together or fiddling with Canva and putting 17 different emojis and images on your business card that nobody's going to hand out to because you haven't taken any action, right? You could just instead, both of these things, this is where a mentor comes into play. Someone who's already achieved in business what you want. And here's the thing. Yes, mentors usually cost money, right? Full transparency, the program True Diamond Mindset that I run is 6 months. If you guys were to want to join to help you not only get through all of these limiting beliefs and things that come through here, but to be able to install a mental health and proven system to get these 4 pillars in check, and then to also go inside your business and help you lock in with your ads, lock in with your product, lock in with your messaging so that people actually understand what it is that they're getting, right? If you were to work with me, right? Let's do question marks because they don't know, right? If you were to work with me, right, that would cost you $3,000 for 6 months of support. Here's the thing. If you do this, you pay this $3,000. This will also separate you because 99% of people over here will never invest, right? They will never ask for help. They'll just continue to struggle forever, getting the same results until they eventually burn out or quit or run out of money, right? Or maybe they'll get results and they'll pay their bills and they'll still do it forever, but they'll live their whole life being mediocre when instead they could have been a B plus person. They had all the skills, they had all the ability, their product was good. They just maybe never got somebody who was willing to show them where they weren't doing the right things. So for 3K, which is $20 a day over the 6 months, super cheap, you could have this figured out. But even if you don't have the money, right? If you don't want to invest because your business is not quite there yet, it should be, but if it's not, right, you could then go here to YouTube University, where most entrepreneurs who are self-made, myself included, have learned a majority of our information and our things through years and years of searching, through thousands and thousands of videos of going through it to try to sift through kind of all the garbage to get to the sauce. Now, the benefit of this is that it's free. And if this is you and you don't really apply to pay 3K for anything, even though you can do payment plans, you can figure it out, right? If I said, hey, you got a brand new Ferrari, I'll give it to you for 3K. You knew you could sell that for $200,000 the next morning, right? I don't know if those are the accurate prices. Don't flame me in the comments for that, right? If you knew that you could sell it, you would do anything to achieve the 3K overnight and get the car because you knew you could sell it the next month to make your money back, right? With my program and with any other program on the internet, you don't have the guarantee of success. But again, let's just look at the math, right? Because you could do all this forever and be a part of the 40% and be a part of the statistic that doesn't make it 5 years. Or you can start to do these things and you can do it by yourself. You can go the YouTube route. You can do this by yourself. You guys, I'm not trying to take away from your power as a human being. You can. The only problem with doing it by yourself is it costs more time. Every second that you spend trying to figure things out, this is a crazy drawing, right? It's losing your time every single second. When instead you could just pay somebody. This is what I did. I paid somebody to shortcut my time, giving me it back. I got a mentor, which immediately he taught me how to do every single thing like this to at the highest level. And so then it catapulted my business into the top 1% of people in my field. And here's the thing. If you are a B plus person in business, and it's backwards, we should have done A, but if you're a B plus person over here, you're in the top 1%, it does not matter what is or how many people are up here. Like, you guys can have as many competition members in your city, in your town, on the internet as you want. I am competing with everyone. I don't care. There's other videos you could have watched instead of this presentation. There's thousands of things on the internet. The reality is when we go back to that bar that we were drawing earlier, right, of our total town spending power, all right, and we still have our businesses and then our competitors over here, right? It doesn't really matter what they sell. Even if you don't think somebody's your competition, there's only so much money, right? So technically they all are. And the easiest way to make sure that even with all of these people pulling in this revenue share, that you get everything that you need, and I mean everything, underline, double score, is to lock in on this stuff here. You can go the free route. You can get a mentor. You can go with a different mentor. Really, I hope this video made it clear to you that in order to win, you just need to do things that the people who are losing don't do, and the people who are winning do, right? And to put this into perspective about over here, right? Walmart is a global brand, okay? All of you watching this video should know what a Walmart is, okay? You could throw a rock outside your window and hit somebody, and they know who Walmart is. But I guarantee you the CEO of Walmart still spends millions of dollars on ads for their company, still makes sure and spends millions of dollars in research and development to make sure that their product was good and to have other people look at it and to have testers and to have feedback. And they spend millions of dollars on marketing and agencies to make sure and test and case studies to make sure that their messaging is destroying every other competitor and that they are getting this vortex of customers to their stores nationwide. Because what Walmart understands is that even though they are a global brand, they could still become an A business any day that they let up. So this has been a longer video than I planned, but I hope you take all of this and understand and apply it to your business, your life, and make more money than you've ever made, help more people, because I truly believe if you found this video that you are not only a great business owner and already have a great product, but that your product was meant to change the people around you and your family and create more jobs and create more abundance and be able to give back to other people. And we can't do that if we're being in a business doing the 40% activities, having the 40% mindset. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or want to know more about the program or to like what it entails, what are we doing on the inside, you guys can head over here to Instagram, check me out, or to the link below to my website and check out our client testimonials. We also have client wins, our retreat, and everything on here. You guys can DM me. I'll get right to you. And yeah, I hope you had the best day, and I hope you watch this, apply for 90 days, and crush the competition. Come back to the comment section and let us know how it worked. Peace.